What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jason, your go-to guide for traveling China. My mission? To make your China trip simple, comprehensive, and absolutely epic. Now, if you're planning a trip to China, Shanghai has to be your first stop. Think of it as the New York City of China. On one side, you got this insane, futuristic cyberpunk vibe. On the other, deep history spanning over a century. Today, I'm not just taking you to the famous landmarks. I'm putting on my professional planner hat to show you how to hack the city, like a local, efficiently and deeply. So buckle up, let's go. Before we start the route, let's quickly understand Shanghai's geography. The city is split by the Huangpu River into two sides. On the west side, called Puxi, you'll find most of historic Shanghai. Places like the Bund, Nanjing Road, the French Concession, and many old neighborhoods. On the east side, called Pudong, is the modern skyline, home to Lujiazui, the Oriental Pearl Tower, and the super tall skyscrapers. Most first-time visitors spend their time right here around the city center, along the river. And a bit further out, you'll also find Shanghai Disneyland. Now, when is the best time to visit? Hands down, the spring, March to May, and autumn, September to November. The weather is crisp, and those iconic plane trees lining the streets are either lush green or beautiful golden yellow. Perfect for your Instagram shots. Summer? It gets super hot and humid. Winter is chilly, but hey, fewer crowds and better hotel prices. So, pick your poison. All right, let's figure out how to get around. For airports, we have two. Pudong PVG is mainly for international flights. It's a bit far, but close to Disney. Hongqiao SHA is much closer to the city center. If you're taking the high-speed rail, aim for Shanghai Hongqiao Station. It's a massive hub. Shanghai Station and Shanghai South Station are also central and convenient. Try to avoid other smaller stations. They're a bit tricky for travelers. Getting around the city, listen to me. The subway is king. It's world-class. You can just scan and ride using Alipay or WeChat Pay. For taxis, download Didi. It's basically the Uber China, and yes, it has an English interface. For short trips, you'll see shared bikes like Hello Bike or Mate One everywhere. Scan, ride, drop. It's a lifesaver for those last-mile trips. Where should you sleep? To save time, I highly recommend staying along Metro Line 2 or Line 10. I call these the Golden Tourism Lines. They connect everything. Hongqiao, Nanjing Road, the Bund, Lujiazui, and Xintiandi. If you want that old-school, romantic Shanghai feel, look for boutique hotels or Arabs in the former French Concession. If you have the budget and want killer river views, go for the Bund or Lujiazui. Okay, let's dive into our first ace route, Nanjing Road Pedestrian Street and the Bund. This is about 4.5 kilometers, all walking. Give yourself half a day to eat and stroll. This is the perfect welcome to Shanghai route. Nanjing Road Pedestrian Street is Shanghai's most famous shopping strip. It's 1.5 kilometers of pure energy. You got century-old shops right next to futuristic flagship stores. Foodie alert. You have to try the local snacks here. Xilong Bao, Shengjian scallion oil noodles. Trust me, come hungry. Shopping. Check out the Lego flagship, MM's World, and the massive Pop Mart flagship for you toy collectors. Walk to the end of Nanjing Road, and boom, you're at the Bund. Before you hit the main area, detour slightly to the Rock Bund. There are 52 historic buildings here called the Exposition of World Architecture. Super photogenic. Pro tip. Walk towards Y Beta Bridge for that classic movie shot with the Oriental Pearl Tower in the background. Then, hit the main Bund viewing platform. This is a spot. Every celebrity who visits China takes a photo here. Timing is key. The lights turn on around 5 p.m. in summer and 6 p.m. in winter. The night view? Unbeatable. Continue walking along the Bund, and you'll come across the SBDB headquarters. It is arguably the most beautiful building on the Bund, a masterpiece of neoclassical architecture. And yes, you can even step inside and take a look for free. Also, check out the Waldorf Astoria. This building used to be the legendary Shanghai Club, which was the social center for British gentlemen back in the day. From here, you have two options. You can take the subway to Yuyuan Garden or hop on a ferry across the river to Lujiazui. We've seen the past at the Bund. Now let's cross the river to the future. Ferry guide. You can take the subway, but the ferry is way more fun. Nanjing line, the most popular. Great views, but packed on holidays. Dongfu line, amazing night views. Taigong line, the secret route. Fewer people, absolute paradise during holidays. Once you land, you're in the land of giants. First, the Oriental Pearl Tower. It's the icon of the city. You can buy a ticket to go up, but honestly, the view from the bottom is just as cool. Walk over to the Pudong Art Museum Sunset Corridor. When the lights hit the buildings across the river, man, words can't describe that vibe. The big three. You got the Jing'an Tower, the World Financial Center, and the Shanghai Tower. There's a spot downstairs where you can capture all three in one epic shot. Want to go high? Shanghai Tower, China's tallest, world's third tallest. Go here for the highest view. Jing'an Tower has a crazy outdoor glass skywalk if you're brave. The World Financial Center, it's okay, but maybe skip if you're short on time. Hidden Gem, the fake market at the Science and Technology Museum Station. I hear this is on every tourist bucket list for cheap clothes and bargaining fun. It's just a subway ride away. Next stop, Old School China. Yu Garden and the City God Temple area. This is where you go for that traditional Chinese New Year atmosphere. Yu Garden Bazaar, it feels like time travel. Ancient-style buildings, tea houses, and tons of old heritage restaurants. At night with the lights on, magical. If you're here during Chinese New Year, the Lantern Festival is incredibly crowded but absolutely spectacular. The garden. You need a ticket, about 40 renminbi. Built in the Ming Dynasty. 400 years ago. It's not huge, but the design is genius. A world within a square inch. Enter south. Exit west. Update. They now have a night tour with immersive light shows if you're feeling fancy. Tickets start at 188 renminbi. City God Temple, right next door. If you're curious about Taoism and local religion, it's worth the 10 renminbi ticket to soak in the incense and atmosphere. Now, back to the city center for something truly mind-blowing. Imagine massive modern skyscrapers, and right in the middle of them, a gleaming golden temple. That's Jing'an Temple. You can actually go inside and visit. The temple dates back over 1,700 years and is one of the most famous Buddhist temples in Shanghai. The golden roof and traditional architecture standing among modern high-rises create an incredible contrast. Around this area, the attractions are basically divided into two directions, an east route and a west route. East route, Shanghai Exhibition Center, huge Russian-style architecture. Stunning. Mahler Villa, a literal castle built because a tycoon's daughter dreamed about it. You usually need a dining reservation to go inside, but the outside is fairy tale stuff. Zhongyuan, the Shikumen Museum. It's a mix of history and luxury. Wujiang Road, Food Street. Get your authentic Shanghai snacks here. Starbucks Reserve Roastery. This is the biggest one in the world. Even if you hate coffee, go in. Watching the beans fly through pipes overhead is like Willy Wonka for caffeine. Taiku Hui. Check out the Louis Vuitton flagship that looks like a giant ship. West Route. It's a super artsy, historic street. Lots of old celebrity homes, cute cafes, and boutique shops. Very chill. For the afternoon, let's get romantic. We're heading to the former French concession. Think West Village NYC or Brooklyn vibes. Plane trees, old villas, coffee, and fashion. The route about 1.9 kilometers. Start at Wukang Mansion. Designed by Hugh Deck, looks like a giant ship. It is the Shanghai landmark. Walk down Wukang Road. Spanish balconies, French villas. Look out for the Romeo balcony and Sung Qingling's former residence. And at Anfu Road. This is the headquarters of Shanghai's cool kids. Brandy Melville, hipster cafes, street fashion. It's basically a runway. Grab a coffee, sit by the street, and people watch. That is the ultimate Shanghai vibe. Note, most shops open after 10 a.m., so sleep in a bit. Disney fans, listen up. You cannot miss the world's first and only Zootopia land. For golden rules, 1. Download the app for wait times. 2. Buy the early access pass to get an hour early. 3. Single rider line. Use it. You'll cut your wait time in half if you're exploring solo. For stay for fireworks. Recommended route. Still have energy? Shanghai's museum game is strong. Shanghai History Museum, best for history buffs. Shanghai Museum, East Ancient Chinese Art. Shanghai Public Security Museum. Warning, this is hardcore, free entry, but it shows real criminal cases. If you love true crime, you'll be obsessed. If you're squeamish, maybe skip. Shanghai Meteorology Museum. Hard to book, but you get a free guided tour. Super cool. Shanghai Natural History Museum. 10,000 plus specimens. It is massive and visually stunning. Anime fans, don't forget the giant Freedom Gundam and the EVA unit. 01 statue. The magic of Shanghai is its diversity. You can eat cheap dumplings in the morning, sip afternoon tea in a century-old mansion, and watch the skyline from the world's tallest tower at night. I hope this guide helps you hack Shanghai and travel like a pro. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be dropping more China travel routes soon. This is Jason. See you in the next video. Peace.